Welcome to the Frugal Frau. I'm Sukey, your host, and today I'm going to show you how to make lots of plugs. And the reason why I want to show you how to do this quickly and easily is because these little guys are not cheap, even when you buy them in bulk. And I've seen prices up to 30 cents a piece. So I think that's a waste of money. So we make them ourselves out of scrap wood, which otherwise would go to the charcoal bin, but now I can make these first and then put the wood in the charcoal bin file. Now, I had a friend who had a wood floor. It was a very expensive wood floor. It was heart pine. And they screwed it down in a lot of places, and she had to wait months for the proper plugs to be made because she wanted the plugs to match the floor, which I don't blame her, because considering the amount of money she spent on that floor, she needed to have those plugs match. And they were just going to put plastic plugs in, and she rejected that, and I don't blame her, because after spending that kind of money to have an expensive heart pine floor, nice wide floorboards too, put in, why would you put plastic plugs in there? They said they could match them, but she rejected that. So anyway, so that's my little story about plugs. So if you like this content, please like, subscribe, and comment, and give us your suggestions for any future videos in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, when you decide that you're going to make plugs, you have to select your wood carefully. You want the grain to go up and down from the top to the bottom of the piece. And that is because that will make a better plug. If the grain goes sideways like this, and I've just emphasized the grain in pencil because I know you really can't see that on the camera, then when you put the plug bit into the top, it's probably going to rip out. And so that's not good. Now, some pieces of wood have grain going up and down, more or less. It doesn't have to be perfect, but the closer you can get to straight up and down, the better. And they also have sections where the grain will curve over to the side. So obviously cut from a tree, because you can see the rings here. However, what you can do is just mark where the grain starts to shift into the more horizontal direction and put an X there so you don't cut into that. So no sense wasting this piece. After all, I am the Frugal Frau. And you can just cut here, and then if you get into niggly spots with knots, just mark those off because you don't want to cut into there either. So we need to go out to the dirty shop to cut these, and I'll show you the bit that we use out there in the drill press.
In the lower left, you can see the plug cutting bit that gets put into the drill press. Please do use a drill press to do this, because it will be very difficult to hold that drill and the piece of wood if you are using a hand drill. It has quite the force when it goes in there. And so this is just a little bit of slow-mo video, which was kind of fun to see the little chunks going out so that you can see it cutting.
All right, now that I've cut lots of plugs, and that should last me a while, I want to show you a few tricks on how to get them out. So notice the grain, of course, in this one is going this way. So I want to kind of get them out along the grain line. So I put this tiny little chisel beveled towards, and I just break it off from one side. Then I'll go back and break it from the other side. And you'll notice, don't put your plugs too close together, because if you do it, getting them out is a lot more difficult because you won't have that wall to leverage your tool against. And once you get them out, they should just easily fall out in your hand. And if you get one that doesn't come out, just use a little pair. I'm using a little curved plier thingies to get them out. And then you have them out, collect them up, and that's how you get them out.
Here I am using the impact driver with a countersink bit just to drill the holes into the framework that I am attaching this panel to. And of course I will fill these countersink holes with the plugs I just made. Of course, first I have to put the screws in. So here am I putting the screws in, and I get to see the satisfying pull in of the panel to the support behind it. Glue the plugs into the countersink holes, lining up the grain direction of the plug with the grain direction of the wood into which you are placing the plug. You will especially want to do this if you are not painting but staining or oiling the surface. Next, pound the plugs in firmly with a mallet.
I have all my plugs installed, and now I have to smooth them off. The first thing I do is use the chisel to knock the majority of the waste off. And I try not to dig into the wood, of course, and then I get the majority of it off, usually in a couple taps with a chisel. And I'm going to take this plane that we just refurbished and see how well it works to smooth it off the rest of the way. There, that worked pretty good. So I'm real happy with that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of these. So talk to you later.
Here's my wood waste, and now it's awaiting its turn to be placed in the charcoal barrel to be turned into charcoal for the garden. Thanks for watching.